What's up, my beautiful black geniuses? How is everybody today? Welcome to the Black Wealth Project. The Black Wealth Project is the weekly show where we all get together and congregate and we talk about money. But we talk about money in a positive light. No dogging nobody out. No scandals, no financial entanglements. It's just all financial education. How is everybody tonight?
I was okay with people telling them stories.
What happened with them stories?
No financial entanglements. We always talk about financial entanglements. Come on,
I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I'm financially entangled like a bug.
So what I meant was we are not creating any financial entanglements.
I mean, if somebody takes our stuff the wrong way, what we gonna do about it?
Okay, Courtney. How are you, Courtney? Already.
Right.
Listen,
she got her glasses on this week, y'all. She extra cute.
I do. I can't see my. Listen. I'm trying to live my life and try to see in these streets. So I'm good. I'm great. Thanks for asking, Kamari.
Okay. How's everybody else?
Yeah, out here, man.
Yeah,
I had surviving in COVID. Yeah.
Hustling and surviving.
All right, so health check-in. What we got? We know Jimmy and Corey was on their Peloton. I mean, Jimmy and Courtney were on their Peloton.
You already know.
I already was.
I'm loving my Peloton, yo.
Courtney, I saw you got some new swag.
So yeah, I got I talked about my Century ride a long time ago. So in April, I hit 100 rides, and they send you a shirt. But because it's free, you can't expect it to come quick. But so I definitely got my Century ride this week, my Century ride shirt, which is dope. But I'm at like 264 rides. So like I said, it doesn't come quickly, but I'm super excited to have it. I always like free stuff, and it's nice to be rewarded for the work that you're doing, on yourself.
All right. Corey, you shooting jump shots?
No, man, his right shoulder acting a donkey. So I've been walking around. I got like 75 laps and got like a quarter-mile track on the property. So I've been walking laps, but it's hot as dog balls out here. So I only get like 4 or 5 a day because I'm really not playing around in this Texas heat and falling the hell out, especially with the hospitals filled with COVID patients. I ain't trying to go where the COVID patients at. So that's what I've been doing.
I'm not mad at that. What about you, Malik? How you making out?
I've been all right, man. Hanging loose. I lost about 2 pounds, so we working.
That's gangster music.
That's right. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else? 2 pounds? That walking, eating good? What was that from?
Probably lack of food more than anything else. It's like, no, we can't
start myself diet.
Yeah, listen, ain't too much going out to eat, and so the foods in the house has been healthy. I like salty snacks at nighttime. We didn't have any salty snacks, so that's it, man. Just just being in the cupboard, man. The cupboard was bare, so
All right, that's what's up. All right, Jimmy, how many miles on the Peloton this week?
Listen, man, I put in plenty of miles, man. Listen, I'm falling more in love and loving my Peloton as every week goes by. Another 4 pounds down this week. So, I'm cooking right now. I'm down since the beginning of June. I'm down about 35 pounds total.
Congrats.
And that's a combination of thank you. That's a combination of Weight Watchers and Peloton. You know what I'm saying? Both publicly traded companies, and that's not investment advice. I'm just saying. Yeah, man. So I'm I hate to say this because it's like sounds crazy, but like in a weird way, this whole quarantine thing has kind of been a blessing for me to get certain parts of my life right. And I hate saying that, knowing so many people out there struggling, but just being honest.
I mean, but you could be an inspiration for somebody else. So,
hope so.
A lot of people are in the crib just sitting around depressed because they think the world's coming to an end and they're not able to take action. But now they hear you lost 35 pounds. Congrats. and that might be motivational to them. So you never know. You never know.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, so we're moving along to our BOB of the week, and so this week I get the gracious opportunity to present to you all the Black-owned business of the week. And so this week's Black-owned business is Kelly's Closet. All right, I'm not trying to be fresh, everybody, but the Black-owned business, Kelly's Closet, caters to plus-size women. She makes plus-size lingerie, or she makes lingerie plus-size women. And Kelly is a Black woman. So she actually is the largest plus-size lingerie manufacturer in the United States. So I just wanted to take a minute to give a shout out to Kelly's Closet. Everybody check them out. It's Kelly's Closet on IG. And just be sure, again, if you got any thick ladies or plus-size ladies that need some lingerie, check them out.
Yo, I just want to say something real quick, man. That's dope, man. Salute to Kelly and what you got going on. But then you have like a bathing suit company, your last Black-owned business. Now you're on lingerie. I see a pattern here, man.
Now, let's
point it out. Just point it out.
Let's be clear. Let's be clear. It wasn't a swimsuit company. It was a fitness apparel company geared towards Black women. That was comedic knowledge.
Okay.
Freak bull.
They just so happen to make swimsuits.
Okay, freak bull. It's okay.
I'm the freak bull.
Okay.
I'm the freak bull.
Yeah, freak bull. I mean, I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad.
Listen, I'm just saying there seems to be a pattern. That's all. Like I was
going to say it, but you beat me to it because I was definitely about to clap.
Okay.
Listen, I ain't mad, but listen. All the women on the screen were what? They were what?
Black. Oh, they was definitely black.
Listen.
So can I be a black freak John then? I mean,
yeah. Oh, for sure. Hey,
man, listen, more power to you, man. Yeah. More power to you, man. Listen,
we're not bad.
Look at Courtney. She got something to say. What you got to say?
The black woman is God, man. So listen, the black woman is God. So I'm not mad at you. I'm just pointing out, like, I noticed something. You know, I noticed a little trend. That's all.
The pattern is trending in that direction. So I definitely understand.
That's all. Let's see what he come back with his third one. It's his third one. Let's see what he going. You know what I mean?
You know what? I might.
You have a black-owned adult toy company or something.
And listen, and keep the black freak John going.
Right.
We're going Candy Burr's company. What's Candy Burr's company?
Like
Bedroom Candy.
I
Black-owned business is Bedroom Candy.
But see, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I actually have a big crush on Candy. So you can sit on the nerve, Jimmy.
Hold on. You said a crush on who?
Candy Burr.
Oh, Candy Burr. Oh yeah, she's a hustler.
Yes, she's getting that money.
Oh, I see what you're doing there. That way you get the adder when we put the little clip up on IG. He says, you know what I mean? I see what you're doing.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, baby.
Okay.
No problem, freak boy.
Oh man, y'all got the folks in the comments laughing at me and whatnot. So before we go to it,
they know what it is. They see it.
Before we go too far, I just wanted to say hello and happy Sunday to everybody that's watching, that tunes in with us every Sunday. We appreciate you being here. Check in and let us know where you're from. But before we get going with our main topic today is something we all have had the conversation about. So right now, Powerball is at $130 million. The payout is $137 million. So what would you do with that Powerball payout? All right. So chime in with us in the chat. Let us know what you would do with 137 large. Would you go away? Would you disappear? Would you buy college tuition, pay college tuition for everybody? What would you do? Let us know. But Black Wealth Team, what would y'all do? Starting off with Coach Carter over there. What would you do, Coach?
All right. Well, the first thing I would do is I think I would stop paying on my debt. At that point, my credit doesn't matter. I got cash, so I'm okay. So it's Sally Mae can get banned. I'm cool. So, forget that. So, because I still, I still live in Cows Creek, I got to get low. I got to find a little house somewhere. But I don't see myself buying $1 million house. You know, I might still do the same old little house that I was going to do before, but on some acres, build a little pond. Things I'm already going to do already anyway, right? 'Cause that's like 300 grand. One of the things that I will say is I definitely am interested in another Girard College like school, in and around Philadelphia. I would 100% sponsor that, and give some money away to some a little bit to my college, but only interest though. I'm not giving any. The principal is there. I got an invested principal, so everything I do has to be off the interest, like whatever that is. I didn't do that. What's the figure? We did $130 million.
137.
137. What's the interest on 5% on that?
Well, that's the annuity though. That's the payment of the annuity.
That's very correct, Courtney.
So we would have to look at, if you were going to do it that way, you would have to figure out what it would be for the cash payment, which is significantly less. The cash payment would be 112.7 million. Then you would take 60% of that, because 40% of it goes to the IRS and the government. The government takes 40, and so that gives you about 60 or so.
I can't do much.
$67,620,000.
And okay, Jimmy just did the calculation in his head. Everybody,
yes, he did.
And by the way, and 5% of that is 3.3 million. Like 3.381 million. So that's what you get annually on that. If you just want to, go straight from, with that.
So annually on the interest, you said, or the annuity?
Yeah, on 67. So it breaks down after taxes. After you take the lump sum and pay taxes, you get about 67.6. And 5%, you asked about 5%. That's about 3.3. Yeah, about close to 3.4 million a year.
$3 million. I got a humble house, taking a lot of vacations. I'm hiring a nanny, to come with us, and we just out, man. But $3 million, I can take care. I can do my stuff with $3 million, but I'm not touching that principal though. So I just got to live off $3 million a year.
Come on, man. That's no fun. I'm touching the principal.
I gotta live off $3 million a year.
Like, come on, man. Like, yo, you don't need no $3 million to live off of annually.
I have to live off $3 million a year.
But here's the thing. If you're only going to live off $3 million, why even take the lump sum? You might as well just take the annual payout.
No, dog. Give me my money.
Give me all my bread. Thanks.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Malik. Malik said that.
Right.
No, I get you.
So I don't even know how much that be. How much that be on annuity? They did that.
Well, let's put it like this, man.
Yeah, per year.
So, all right, but we'll come back to that. Corey, what would you do? What would you do if you had 137 large lottery? You taking the annuity? You taking the cash? Where you going?
No. First of all, run me my check. That's the first thing. So we not leaving no money out there, and first thing I'm gonna do is I'll probably grab like 20 bitcoins.
I thought he was about to say bricks. He said 20 bitcoins.
No, I mean that's the same. I mean, I'm about to tell them anyway. I'm going to buy 20. I'm about to go grab me about 20 bitcoins, put them joints to the side, grab me some precious metals. So for my off the grid plan. Probably set up my off the grid bunker. Grab me a spaceship. So that we probably about 10 deep right there. We probably about 10 deep. Then I put about 30 million in a trust for my kids and my wife. Set them up for forever ever. And then with the other 20 million, I'll probably start schools all around the country, so that Black kids never had to learn anything from white institutions. So that's what I probably would do. So that's what I would do with the rest of the money.
So, but you know what? We have to make a correction. So it's not 137 million. It's 147 million, since there was no winners last week. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. Does 10 million?
You talking about 70 million?
That don't change. That don't change nothing, though.
Change anything. That don't change.
No, man. Come on, man.
But I'm gonna tell you like this though. Like I said, I'm grabbing my Bitcoin. I'm grabbing my precious metals. I'm getting my doomsday bunker set up, and then after that, I'm setting up my wife and my kids because I don't know if they're part of my doomsday scenario. I don't know what they want to do, but if they don't, they might not want to go off the grid the same way I do. If they do, they more power. But if you give me that kind of bread, you'll never see me again, except for when I do these kind of shows. I get on
Still pulling up. You still pulling up every Sunday? No,
yeah, I pull up
somewhere in the world. We're gonna see you pull up.
Yep.
All right, Courtney, what would you do?
Okay, so the first thing is I would definitely take the cash option. I don't want the annuity. Give me my bread, run me my money. I don't care. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that I would do my own annuity, basically set up as an immediate annuity paid out after 1 year. And I probably do something like, I don't know, maybe $150,000 a year. That would probably be about $4 million that I would need to do. So not too bad. I would take the rest of the money. I'm paying people off. Like I'm paying off my student loans for nothing else other than just to make myself feel good. Like I just paid y'all off. Goodbye. Don't come back. The next thing I would do is basically I would be an angel investor. I would just be investing in Black businesses, just all off top, just write checks. Really doing that type of work. I don't even know anymore. I mean, at this point, like I'm kind of like, I have what I want. I want to pay, make sure that people are taken care of in my life, but I'm definitely going to have to like move. And not necessarily that I want to move, but I need to move into a gated community because when people find out who you are, then we have all kinds of problems. So I just need a gated community, and I don't want to find. I know all my cousins, so I don't want anybody popping up on the I'm not here for that. I will shut it down. Shut it down. I mean, also, I would definitely set up a trust. I would set up a revocable and an irrevocable trust. So one that can be changed and one that cannot be changed. Just to basically deal with a lot of my kind of moving parts. Definitely buy a couple of multifamily units in terms of real estate, but just pretty much just live off the fat. I'm just chilling. I would really have to be a landlord. Huh? You
will still be a landlord.
Who would be a landlord? I have property management. I own that stuff for depreciation. I'm owning for depreciation. I'm owning for tax benefits. We're just looking at the tax benefit scenario. That's it. That's all I'm doing. I'm not doing anything more than I'm not chasing nothing. I'm not, looking at plumbing. I don't do that now, and I'm certainly not doing it then. But I mean, again,
hold on.
What?
You're the Ivy investor. You didn't mention investing in any Ivy companies. Like, what's going on?
Oh, we're getting popping. I mean, we're doing the investments now. We just gonna be I'm about to be day trading. I'm definitely gonna be day trading. That's all I'm gonna do.
Oh, get in there. Don't for what though? At that point, why you day trading?
Because I'm bored. It's like, what else am I gonna do?
Okay, I got you.
I mean, like, I'm gonna write a book. I'm gonna do that. I don't. What else? I mean, we'll take care of the kids. At the end of the day, as long as I have my little $100,000 coming in every year, what you want me to do?
That ain't realistic.
What do you mean?
Yeah. You got 100 mil, and you telling me you worried about 100.
I don't have 100 mil. I have 87. I have 67.
No, the number went up. So
slightly.
Yes, it's 88. Someone in the chat said if you do the new number, it's 88,391, something like that.
Well, okay, we rounding up, folks. You got 100 mil. You're not worried about 100.
We're not rounding up. We're not. It's 88.
Just declared it. You can't.
Hey, listen, it don't even matter. You can round down. Listen, it's enough bread. Come on, man.
Right, exactly.
If I got 100 million, my plans change a little bit. That's all.
So, but listen, what do you mean? Like you're not working anymore. Like you're clearly. I would actually work for about a year to just get my life together. Honestly, just to kind of get.
Oh my God, Cody, don't say this. Don't say this.
Yeah, you hurt my feelings right now.
You talking about paying off debt and working for a year? Like, oh my God.
Wait. Hold on. Time out. I think you guys need to really understand one thing. I need people to pretend like I didn't get anything. I don't need.
Okay, all right. I got you.
She must have won that bread. No, I just go about my way. And then one day after the year, I just drop off. And they're like, "Where Courtney go?" Because now they've forgotten about the lottery.
Gotcha. So Jimmy, what you gonna do, Jimmy? What you gonna do?
Listen, man, I got this whole thing planned out. First thing is I opened up every cell in Attica and sent them to Africa. No, I'm joking. But seriously, the first thing I do, right? I'm taking 5 million and I'm putting that to the side, and I'm going to allocate that as doing hood rat shit with my friends. So that 5 mil is over there already, right? After that, I'm just going to load up on crypto. I'm selling every property I own. I don't even want to be a landlord. What I want to do is become like, the banker for other Black real estate investors. I want to get to the point where I'm just putting the money to work. I don't want to deal with property anymore. I'm going to take a couple mil, put it into VFIAX, and that's the Vanguard Index Fund for the S&P 500. I'm going to take another couple mil, put it in VBTLX. That's the bond fund. So there goes my investments in that space. You know what I'm saying? Buy some physical metals, as Corey mentioned, as part of the get low the process. I know one of y'all want to run a school. I don't want to run a school, but I fund the school for Black kids. Corey mentioned that, so I fund Corey's school, let him run it. I want to find some Black farmers and buy thousands of acres and just give them the land to, start the farm for our Black folks. Angel investments for Black-owned businesses. I think that's important. And I think for fun, now Corey said you're going to day trade for fun. For fun, I want to find a company that's vulnerable, a publicly traded company, and do a hostile takeover. That'll be my fun. Fund scholarships and multiple HBCUs. And then once all that's done, I go back to that 5 million and do hood rat stuff with my friends. And don't forget the party boat back and forth to Rick's Cafe. That's a definite, at least 2 weeks out of every month. That's where it's going down. I might not even have a location that I live. I just live here and there. So there won't even be a house. Part of my house will be the party boat. So that's my plan. And nobody getting paid off, dog. I might move completely off the grid like the boy Brill from Enemy of the State. I don't even live on the grid no more. So good luck finding me.
Wait a second. Time out.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we buying mutual funds with all this bread? Mutual funds give you embedded gains. Why would you not do ETF?
Well, no, that right there is just to that's just to let it sit and do what it's going to do. That's just me being responsible, letting that sit. I'm not thinking about trading or anything. That's just for the next generation, because I'm about to blow through the rest of this. So.
Oh, I got you. But you said mutual funds instead of ETFs.
Well, index fund.
Yes, index funds. So ETFs.
Mutual fund.
So, huh?
Well, no. I mean, no. I get it. But a lot of times when people say mutual fund, they're not really talking about an index fund. But I get it. But what's your point, though? What's your question?
So the thing is that when you have a lot of money and you stick it in a mutual fund, when you say whatever X on the end, that's an open mutual fund, you get what's called embedded gains. And when you put a lot of money in it, you get beaten ahead in taxes. That's why I was saying consider doing an ETF instead. Or you can even do at that point, you could do a separately managed account that follows the S&P because you have enough bread.
That's true too, but me and Kamari had this talk before offline. I told him that my problem with ETFs, and I guess it really doesn't matter in this scenario. But in general, the reason I still like index funds as opposed to ETFs is because this is just understanding yourself. With ETFs, you're more likely to actually sell them and not hold them long term. That's just my personal experience. But I guess in this scenario, when we're talking about this kind of bread, that doesn't matter. That part of it doesn't matter. But that's generally why I still like index funds. And I understand your perspective. I still like index funds.
Okay. All right. So it's my turn, right? So what I would do. So I got 147 million. I'm taking an annuity. Why am I taking an annuity? Because there's a cost of living on that. And I ain't got to worry about much. So I'll take the annuity. And what's the annuity, Courtney? Did you see that? How much it is?
The annuity? No, I did not, because I wasn't taking it. So I didn't pay any mind.
Yeah, I talk too reckless online to take the annuity. Some supremacists will try to find me somewhere.
I'm taking the annuity.
I'm not going to trust them to give me my bread, bro. I need it right now.
Yeah, you can make your own annuity. You can make your own annuity. Now, granted, it's not going to be as much, but you can put over tomorrow.
The taxes.
He's still talking about taxes?
So?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are talking about taxes.
Yeah. No. I mean,
to avoid taxation.
But at the end of the day, you're still going to get hit with the tax on the annuity. Let's not do this. And then you can also, anything can happen with you in that lifespan. At least if I had my own annuity, I put a death benefit on it. So basically, anything happens to me tomorrow, boom, it goes to my beneficiary.
To the insurance company versus wait a minute, why did I get on any of y'all when y'all told me y'all dream, y'all hope?
Yeah, but you're the only one that want to take the annuity, though. That's why we coming at you, because you want to take the annuity. You trusting them people.
You trust
I get a cost of living increase every year, 5%. Holla at me. So listen, I'm taking that annuity. I'm buying some land in Africa. And I would probably create my own fund, and then I would disappear. And so what I would do, and I'm not sure if every state you can do this in, I'm buying a ticket. I'm not cashing it in initially. I'm going to my lawyer. I'm setting up a trust, and then I'm sending my lawyer and them to go cash out my ticket. So I remain anonymous. That's what I'm doing.
So you going to trust your lawyer to take the $100 million for you?
It's all in contract. It's been done before.
Yeah. Oh, it's done all the time.
I know it has been done before. But come on, you don't want to say. I want to say something, man. You're a very honorable brother, man, and you're too trusting, man. You trusting them folks. You trusting lawyers. You too trusting, man.
Run me my cake. You gotta run that.
Run me my bread.
Listen.
And I'm going to the check cashing place too, man. You know.
You wild out. Now you wild out.
Hey, but listen. My only problem, though, we didn't buy no guns. We ain't get no.
That's part of the hood rat stuff from my friends.
I said I'm creating a bunker, dog. What you think going bunkers?
All right, listen, I'm gonna be like T.I. I'm like T.I. Arsenal.
What you think go in the getaway bunker?
I'm be like Derrick Grace too out this joint.
I hope you don't think I'm walking around butt ass naked without no protection with all that money. You out your freaking mind.
Listen, man.
All right, hold on. We're going to check in with the folks real quick. Let's check in with the folks.
Let's do that.
So Sean said she's going to pay off all her debt on mama's house and purchase a home and rental properties. All right.
Okay.
Matthew said all of it. He wants all of it. Run him his cash. Sean said, run me my money pronto.
Pronto, all of it.
He said JG Winford.
Call JG Winford. 877. Yo, that's good. Their marketing is crazy. Everybody on here know their number.
Right. Richard said he's spending 1.5 off top.
Off top. Hood rat stuff with my friends.
ETH. All right, so I guess he's talking about Ethereum.
Yeah,
Ethereum.
Man.
Yeah. Matthew, my man, said I need land in Africa. Yep.
I ain't mad at Matthew.
I'm gonna be like Nas and Belly and be like, yo, T, we going back to Africa. All right, Matthew says for the family resort style, and
we all retire.
That might get boring after a while, though.
Man, yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
All right, Wayne Perry Jr. says 121 million is the cash option. What up, Ty?
Here.
All right.
PA 88.
Okay, Monica Williams. She sounds like she's gonna go do hood rat shit too.
That's right. We gonna have fun. I'm gonna go to every poppy store in Philly and buy all the Lucy's and say give them away. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Something frivolous and irresponsible to be determined. Donations to Covenant House. Yeah, shout out to Covenant House and Innocence Project. Yeah. Shout out to Innocent Project as well. Yes.
Definitely.
Bill Mom Dream House established scholarship for HBCUs. Attendees, a driver for life. Oh, you want a driver? Okay. Small Island Annuity Fund podcast, obscure documentaries. I'm with it.
I'm with it.
Yep, I'm with it. All right, Sean said she's doing the same as Courtney. Keep my life as normal as possible. You know what? Y'all lying. Because the first
you just straight called him liars.
So first of all, like, here's the thing.
Wait. First time your boss come in, you gonna be like, dog. The bird. I'm kidding.
That's definitely gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough.
That's gonna come in the office talking shit, and you go like, yo, if you don't get the fuck out of here, dog.
That's gonna be tough.
That's exactly how that conversation gonna go.
Come on, y'all. Y'all didn't even be honest.
I know.
That's gonna be tough, though.
Basically keeping my life as simple as possible in the beginning. I mean, will I do something ridiculous? I probably will buy a stupid expensive Porsche. Those are the things that I like. Listen, there are certain things that I try to be like very, I don't know, just cool and chill. So I'm not going to do a whole bunch of stuff in that first year. I want to make sure the trust is set up. I want to make sure that the IRS is taken care of. I want to make sure all those things are taken care of. So when I roll out, like Ty knows this, I'm a real big planner, and when I execute, I execute. You just gotta. I'm not just rushing out and telling my boss F you and find some place to go. Like, no, that's not the way I roll.
Yeah, but that one Monday, you had a long weekend, and he come and talking smack.
Okay.
not about you. It's not about
Yeah,
you
like
coming
athlete.
in and not being cool. He gonna come into your office. He gonna make some kind of demand, and he gonna ask you to do some shit that you really not that you would normally do because you gotta protect your bread. But you got you got 70, 80 million sitting on the side, and that request is gonna get harder and harder to do. You might not snap on the first time, but that third or fourth time,
longer.
yeah, like
hold up. Before you even get to work, as soon as that alarm clock go off and you don't feel like moving,
Come on, man.
that's gonna be a problem right there.
Facts.
You know, oh wait, Sean T has a class in Peloton. I'm doing that. I'll get to work when I get there.
You know what? You're right though. You're right though. I'm like,
Yeah, exactly.
I'll be right back.
Right.
Hey, but listen, I'll tell you one thing.
Sean says she's going to secure her daughter in lifetime AKA membership. So shout out to the AKAs at NSU. Where's NSU? What's NSU? Go ahead, Malik.
I was saying, Courtney, that 2021 Boulay gonna be crazy.
turn up down in NOLA, like, hey, it's our leadership conference / Boulay. But yeah, I'm like, hey, listen, I'm renting out the entire French Quarter. So I'm sorry, I did forget to say that I will serve some money. It's basically tricking money. It is definitely what Jim said. It's tricking money. I'm going to have some tricking money. So I may do something ridiculous and just trick off. I mean, I'm just going to do stuff.
Well, listen,
I don't know.
I don't condone tricking. Tyrone on air.
It's not tricking if you got it.
Whoa.
Where this
It
conversation?
ain't tricking if you got it.
Oh, she ain't say tricking. She said tricking off the money. It's a whole different set of circumstances between tricking and tricking off
Hold
money.
up. Look at Tyrone's comment.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Tyrone said Courtney will have a bunker. She just don't know it. My man. I'm here for it.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
$5 dollar, we out. Right?
Exactly. Forget that job. Forget those debts.
Kamari gonna be the new Epstein on Orgy Island.
Whoa! No Epstein. He's got a bunch of black BW.
All right, so Alex says she's buying a Bentley. Yeah. I can't even say that name. It's too rich for me. All right, Sean says, I'm rich, bitch. Slaps colleague, but my boss is great, so I'll be back. But I'll be okay for at least a year. All right, I hear you.
I guess.
Oh,
and there's some comments.
Norfolk State. Okay. Yep. Gotcha. Oh, and Jared said a trust for my grandchildren unborn. 1 million for my husband to do goodish. Set up a trust for my church. Donate to it.
Goodish must get done.
Yeah.
Buy my vacation property in Phuket. Oh, she's talking that Thailand life. Phuket.
Yeah, man.
Phuket. So the DSTs got a rep. Somebody thought the rock. Shout out to the DSTs.
Hey, Alexis.
But
I might get a man unit, man. Thinking about it.
No man.
Yo.
For what? For what?
Yeah, I'm gonna get a man unit, man. Why not?
Unless you're trying to hide in plain sight, like, you know.
But let's talk about this. Let's talk about this real quick, y'all. Why do 70% of lottery winners end up broke?
Because they don't put no money to the side. That's the next question. They don't put no money to the side.
Nah, I mean, that's not why they wind up broke. They don't have the mindset.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Because it doesn't matter how much money you have, your mind is messed up. Right. You know what I mean? I mean, it's the reason why. What is the number?
They try to take care of everybody. They try to take care of everybody before they take care of themselves. They don't put no money to the side. They try to take care of everybody else.
Yeah, but it's deeper than just not putting money to the side, though, right?
Man,
it is.
It's not though. If you put money in if you put $70 million in a regular ass bank account and let it pay you 0.1%, you still will be chill.
But this goes back to the problem though. Who knows to do that? You know what I'm saying? That's why it doesn't matter how much money you have. You have no idea what to do with money when you get it. I think about this though. I think about this with athletes all the time, right? So in a sense, you work and you actually get the most money towards the later part of your career. But imagine if you're throwing $20-30 million when you're 18, 19 years old. I see why what happens. Because if you don't understand that, and you can't be as trusting as Kamari and just think that people will do right by you. So it's a crazy situation.
Mm-hmm. And listen,
so it's a reason why. Who knows to do that?
Right.
I just love how y'all throwing me under the bus on the slide. I just wanted to
No,
know.
I'm actually giving you props.
No,
Listen, we said that you were trusting. You said you're a good guy. You're too trusting, though.
And we don't do it on the slide. We do it to your face.
Nah, that was tough.
I mean, that's true. We definitely do it to your face. I mean, but I think it's really important to. Okay. I'm sorry. My bad. But I wasn't. I mean, yeah. Listen, I get where you're coming from, Kamari. But it is important. It's about money mindset. It's about the poverty mindset or the scarcity mindset. And I think the other side of the scarcity mindset, lack of financial literacy. But I think even on the other side of scarcity, it's not like abundance. I don't want to say abundance is abundance technically is the other side of scarcity. But I think on the other side of scarcity isn't like, it's kind of like, I have to make provisions. The other side of scarcity is I'm just going to trick this money off because I can, not because, what's going to happen right after all this money is gone. So I think we have to understand that, one, a lot of our money problems, I think E.T. said it, Eric Thomas said it, he said, money and money problems, like more money doesn't fix your money problems.
Yeah, he said most money problems aren't money related, something like that.
Yeah, I have put it on Instagram, and it went over a lot of people's heads, and not in a bad way, but money is not the issue. It's your mindset.
So there is a comment or a quote in the article that says people who were little ordinary people all of a sudden become extraordinary. Right? They're euphoric. They lose all sense of reality. They think they're invincible and powerful. They think they're Superman.
That's what I just said, Mario.
Yep. So I mean,
listen, man,
crazy. It's crazy.
A great philosopher once said, "Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face." Mike Tyson, and it's still so much realness in that though. Like, you can sit and you plan all you want to, but when it's there in front of you, like it's gonna make you go crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting now thinking about all the hood rat stuff I would do, and it's like I got so many. Listen, man.
All right, Jimmy, give us the top 3 hood rat things you would do.
I told you I'm pulling up at every poppy store. Lucy's for everybody that buy Lucy's. I'm going to the sneaker stores in the hood. You know what I mean? Buying them out. What else I'm gonna do that's hood rat? I got a lot of hood rat behaviors I'm gonna do, man. It's gonna be a lot of viral moments before I disappear, though. I'll tell you that. And it's gonna be all the folks. I'm going to the worst neighborhoods and take care of the people, man.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have Wawa Fest in the hood.
Yo, that sounds like a good idea. Definitely.
Everybody get Wawa for everybody, man. We buying out Wawa for everybody in the hood.
You buying out Wawa?
That's right.
Too bad ain't no Wawa.
You gotta get
shorties. Yeah, they shorties and then get a Lucy because it's all on me.
What were you saying?
I said, no, you gotta hire Saw, man. Not Wawa. I gotta get Saw to do.
Right. Shout out to Black.
You definitely got to go to a black-owned business. You're right about that. There's a lot of great black restaurants too in Philadelphia. There you go. We have a major fest with all the black-owned businesses to give away free food.
Ooh, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Why don't we do that anyway?
Listen,
we can do that anyway.
Free food, but Black August in the Park in Durham is not this year, of course, because of COVID. But Black August in the Park, you got to come down to it. It's next level blackness you want to. But to be honest with you, man, when it comes to like the hood rat stuff, bro, I'm gonna just say this: I had a really good college experience, man. It'd be very hard to top the stuff that I did in my life. That's why it's easy for me to be calm now, because I really did. I had like a 2.5-year run where I could have a Netflix series on the shit that I did in that 2.5 years.
I mean, you went to a HBC. I mean, I went to Lincoln. I understand what you're saying. Let's put it that way. But I also didn't have 100 M's. You can get a lot. That's a whole different game you're playing right now in terms of doing hood rat stuff.
Hey, you know what? I'm not even going to put a number on the amount of money I used to spend a week in gentlemen's clubs and in regular clubs. But put it this way,
I gotta ask before you finish that.
He already funded some scholarships.
Gentlemen's clubs, or were they clubs? There's a difference.
No, man. I've been out both.
There wasn't no gentleman in there.
Yeah, nobody was a gentleman. and there was a lot of people in there stripping. So you could call it whatever you want to call it. But I spent a mortgage a week in strip clubs in my 20s. So I don't even like. Hey, listen, man. When you want to talk about all the bad money habits and all of the tricking off money shit in the world, I've actually done it, and it's not fun. So I know what to do with the money now because I didn't know what to do with the money.
Yeah,
when I
but
had
so therefore, you should understand. You should be more empathetic to why people blow through money because you know now.
I've done it. That's what I'm saying.
But that's my point. My point is because you've done it, you should understand that that's why people blow through it because.
I just told you why they blew through it because they had no fucking idea what to do with the money. They was just like, all right, I don't like. For me, I never planned on living past 25 years old. So you gave me money. I was like, shit, I ain't gonna live past 25 anyway. Let's go. So I went and did it. You know what I mean?
That's something deep to say right there because that leads to a whole lot of different conversations. But
I'm just saying,
he's the second person I heard today say that.
Wow.
You know, but that's the reason I say that's an interesting conversation is because when you speak to the youth, right, and you try to tell them how to do certain things, a lot of them have that mentality. So it's difficult to speak to someone and give them game about how to maneuver when they don't think they're going to last past a certain age anyway. But I'm not trying to bring the show down. I'm here to talk about more hood rat stuff that we're going to do with all this bread.
So you know what's crazy though? Thinking about it, anybody that was going to Magic City on Mondays when BMF was in the streets, even if you had $60 million, you still couldn't compete with Big Meech and them. Magic City on Mondays when they was in the streets was a whole other experience. So your little 50 million next to Big Meech and BMF couldn't even match up. But listen, I did the Magic Cities and the Blue Flame and the Gentleman Club, like all the real joints. You know, I've been there and did that. And but I will say this, man. What I won't do is go to the strip club with my wife and give her the money. She has zero self-control when it comes to spending money in the strip club. She's just like we have to slow down. You cannot give all the money to the one dancer, Beverly. You gotta stop that. You know, so we gotta pay yourself.
But hold on though, I said doing hood rat stuff, and all y'all automatically go to the strip club. There's so much more you can do. Like, you know what I'm saying?
No.
Just
That's
ratchet
just
behavior.
one part of it. That's just one part. I'm just saying that was the thing to do when I was doing it. You know what I mean? Going to clubs.
I gotta say something. I do. Y'all say here and call me the freak ball, but all y'all done did stuff.
We got it out our system. That's why we know what you into.
Listen.
That's why we can spot your behavior now.
Listen, we understood what your behavior. We understood the pattern because we lived it. So we understood what the pattern was. As soon as you start putting it, come on, but the freak ball.
Yeah. Listen, man, I'm an old wash married man, but when I saw those two businesses, I'm like, hold on, there's something going on here, man.
Yeah, we already
Nairobi.
Hey, Nairobi. Like,
Nairobi got the yo. Listen, did you see Nairobi apartment in Baltimore? Just to set out she did.
Yeah, man.
Wait, can we talk about how Wayne just played me? He's like, what about Vegas Brothers? Oh, what's that, Wayne?
Oh yeah, what happened to Sisters, Wayne? What's
Wayne? Up, Wayne? I was just in Vegas, Wayne. I guess I had fun too. My fiance and I were in the desert playing with ATVs. I mean, we were doing the things. But here's the thing, and I think we talked about Mike Tyson about saying, everybody's good until everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. And I think one of the biggest things that I have noticed about us getting any type of money whatsoever is always to have a plan. So there's been plenty of times in my life that I've gotten, decent amounts of sums of money, and I really could not tell you where that money is. I mean, it probably is, as you know, me and Tracy like really expensive dinners. It's probably in somebody's expensive dinner, like Eddie V's. It's probably all over the place, but not in my bank account. But one of the things as I got older is that whenever I knew I had a large sum of money coming, immediately I said, I allocated to the penny how much money, what was going where. I just got a very large sum of money the other day, and I allocated to the penny where it was going. And I think those are things that are super important, is saying, hey, I'm not going to wait until the money gets into my pocket. That's what I said about the lottery. My mom is obsessed with the lottery. Listen, she's retired. She doesn't really spend her money on much. So if she wants to rock out the lottery, that's what I do. So she wants to spend $6 a week at the lottery. Listen, rock out, man. Her house is paid off, her car is paid off. What am I going to do? But the question is, what if she wins? Like, what if she wins money, like real serious money from the lottery? What are we going to do? And I think that's always a question that I have generally, is that when I get large sums of money, what am I going to do with it? And I want people, when we're kind of being serious, is that I want us as a community to say, especially like when we talked about getting life insurance policies last week before last, like a lot of people get these $50,000, $100,000 checks. Now, of course, it's not the lottery, but it sure feels like it. But the next thing I know, I see them a year later. I'm like, they're driving a beater and they're living in an apartment. I'm like, what happened? And they're like, yeah, such and such happened, blah, blah, blah. And again, they didn't put any money away when they initially got it.
Courtney, what they did is they paid backwards into their life instead of creating new streams of income and let those income streams pay backwards. So what they did, they directly took the money and paid backwards into their life, because that's what the people in my life do. I've seen people in my life get large sums of money, and the first thing they do is pay debts. And now you're back in the same place where you was. Instead of taking the money and creating income streams that will pay back those debts, and then that will move you forward. That's the cheat code that we're talking about, that other people don't understand, that I didn't understand when I first got my large sums of money. Like the first thing I did, the first time I got a large sum of money, is I paid my first student loan debt off. I gave them 25 racks right up front. And so instead of creating a stream of income, I could have bought 5 houses back in the early 2000s, with the things that was going on in the early 2000s. I could have bought 5 houses. But instead, I took that $25,000 and I gave it to the government.
That's the knowledge. That's having the information, though. And I just want to say, like, to Courtney's point about planning, one of the earliest things I was taught is to pay yourself first and always put something up. But this gets into the conversation of the psychology about money, which I think is even more interesting than like some of the tools and investments, because no matter what money I've got, whether it was a paycheck, whether it was the flipping of a house, whether it's from a tenant, always put something up, no matter where the money comes from. But in the past, before I had better discipline, that would actually cause me to run through lump sums faster, because I'm like, look, I already put this little bit up, so now the rest I'm just going to run through, right? Because in my head, I'm like, I already put something up. So I've been good at doing it, but actually, in a weird way, it makes me more reckless with the rest of the money when you talk about getting a lump sum. So, but now I have more discipline, so it's not that. But I think that the psychology is an interesting conversation, because anytime all of our folks get money, if you don't have a plan, boy, it can get real nasty
quickly.
I think Alice's comment is spot on. Zero-based budgeting, basically allocating every single dime and penny to a purpose or a line item, right? We're talking accounting. So
it's important. Facts. Like your money is like a petulant child. If you do not keep it in line, it will run all over the place, and it takes off like flojo.
That's a bar. I'm about to quote you on Twitter. I could get that tweet off. Money is like a petulant child. Quote the Ivy Investor.
Yeah. Give me that. Wayne Terry said, not excluding you, Courtney. I was referring to all the strip club talk. So Wayne,
I was Onyx before Onyx closed down.
Listen, I understand, Wayne. Wayne can't ask you to go to a strip club. Your man's on here. What are we talking about?
Our second date, Ty and I.
We don't need all that.
Hear me out before you cut me off. Our second date was there, and we were just like hanging out, sitting there eating chicken wings. It was interesting.
Fire.
Right. So like y'all cut me off and all this other stuff. What you think I was doing? Hanging around?
I'm gonna marry this girl.
Yeah, he made his mind up that night.
She's the one.
So again, I think I'm not like, granted, I wasn't. All I spent money is on chicken wings, but whatever. But I mean, my point is,
fire though, right? I club had the best wing.
I don't believe
in the world.
What? You think that's a real thing. Come on, that's a real thing, dog. That's a real thing.
What?
Strip clubs be having
strip clubs have the best
chicken wings
yo.
in the world.
That's all she spent money on. I'm just saying.
Listen,
okay.
The Piccadilly is raggedy, right? But the chicken wings fire.
If nobody knows what the Piccadilly is, the Piccadilly is a famous North Philadelphia strip club where they search you from head to toe when you go
on your way in. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, man, I've been to, you talk about some of the like, who been to Fox Valley? That was like no
Fox
man.
There
Valley.
was no
My
security in
uncle,
Fox Valley.
my uncle used to my uncles was bouncers there.
There was like no security in
That's
Fox.
like that's like walking into like a ratchet neighborhood. It's everything went down there. Like, but I don't want to get
Yep.
into that because anyway, let's change the
Yeah.
topic, man. Let's
So
go
let
back
me
to
say
what we
this. So when I was in college, I didn't hit the. I may as well hit the lottery. I had a business, and my business at 19 years old, we were making a lot of money for teenagers, for 18, 19. Our parents didn't even know how much money I was making in that time for me, and my partner, and we really blew through a lot of money. I'm talking about on random stuff. We spend
Yeah.
like $300 at Ruby Tuesdays. And like I'm saying, like Ruby Tuesdays and like doing stupid stuff like that. But the only one piece of satisfaction is me and my homeboy. We stayed at the Parker Meridian Hotel back then. And we out there, white t-shirt on, jewelry, all that kind of like little high school, college stuff, right? And these white guys looking at us like real sideways until we put out our cards and we went to the concierge floor and we got like a little bit of like, damn, how these young bulls can afford the concierge floor? But so we were doing like stupid stuff like that. We ran through like hundreds of thousands of dollars, in 2 years. But it wasn't like it was a lump sum. It was like every week we were spending thousands and thousands of dollars, like zero discipline.
So are you saying that this will make you do like if you hit the lottery, you'll be better off for it because you've already blew through so much money?
Listen, my theory, that's the reason why now I'm stopped buying shit because I went broke twice. I'm not going broke a third time because I don't buy shit.
Okay.
I've been where Malik was at also. I've been way up. I listen, man. I blew through a number with an M at the end of it in 8 months.
Sheesh.
Wow. Okay.
Just saying. So I'm just listen. I'm
for those watching, man. That's not the behavior we want you guys to emulate. We don't want you to
don't
do what
ever
Malik
do
and Corey
that.
do.
Don't
do what Malik and
that.
Corey do. Listen, I told you I've been good at putting money up since the age of like 7. I still got bread from the 80s right now.
Okay, Jay-Z.
No. Yeah. I'm being dead serious. Listen, I can show you in my brokerage. I still got Coca-Cola shares from the 90s. Like I'm
You
a
said
hoarder.
bread from the 80s, dog. We was
got bread from
the 80s.
Listen,
we was in the 80s, dog.
But no, what I was telling you is, since I was a kid, one of the earliest lessons I got is always pay yourself first. Even though when I first was taught that, I had no idea why. It made sense later. But if I got $5, if I was taking at least one and putting it over here, I was like the piggy bank god. You know what I'm saying? And I still maintain that's the one good habit I have. Doesn't mean I haven't blew money, but it means that anytime I've got a lump sum, whether it was like, a flip of a house, a settlement, whatever it may be, I always take a small piece and put it to the side. Straight up.
Man, man. More love and peace to you, man.
And I say that to say this though, for folks watching, like that's one of the things that you can do. Like no matter what your income situation is, you should always be doing that. You know what I mean? The richest man in Babylon told me that.
No,
Great book.
I'll do, man. I'll take Kamari on the HBCU homecoming / classic tour. We're gonna spend a whole next year going to all the HBCU homecomings and all the Bayou Classic, all that.
I might not never come back home.
No.
You doing your Harlem Nights joint?
Hold on. That's a great segue, right? Because there was something I wanted to talk about in regards to HBCUs. So Joe Biden is talking about giving free tuition to HBCUs, student loan debt cancellation for alumni. And I wanted to know.
Panda.
It's definitely pander, but what do you think, though? Is it a good thing, bad thing?
Listen, I'll take it. If that's going to be if he could actually get that passed through Congress, like
no, I don't like it.
I love it.
The way Joe Biden moving these days, he might have forgot he said it about tomorrow.
No, listen, I don't like it. The problem is with free tuition, we're gonna have a lot of white folks lined up to go to my college, and I'd rather right now our law school is already mostly white. We got like the best law school in the number 2 law school in the country, number one for women, period, right? And so now We talking about free tuition. It's not even going to be third degree black anymore. It's going to be like really mixed.
Wait. I'm sorry. What did you say about the law school?
Our law school, North Carolina Central University, our law school is like the number one for black women in the country, like number like 2 in the country, something crazy. Like it's really highly ranked.
That's dope.
Corey, finish what you were saying.
Man, listen. If black people take advantage of that, that's a come up. That's a lick, because now that's income that don't gotta go out your crib. Send your kid, and then that would actually encourage more black people to send their kids to HBCUs. So while you're saying it would encourage white people to send their kids to HBCUs, it would also encourage more black people to stop sending their kids to these PWIs because they're getting scholarships and send them to HBCUs. Now, I'm not.
That still might not. Our folks still might be like, no, I'm not sending them there.
I mean, listen, man, our folks got a thing with proximity to whiteness that I don't even want to talk about right now. But I mean, in the HBC, like for me personally, you know, that would encourage me to send my kids to HBCUs, because now that's a lick. Because now I don't gotta come out my pocket 60 racks for the undergrad and another, 100 racks for after graduation shit, man. I ain't 200 in the hole when I'm done.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you this, man. So my college, North Carolina University, is part of the University of North Carolina school system, right? Because the law school is doing well, they're trying to call it now the UNC at Durham, right? They're trying to call our law school as part of UNC because the law school they don't want the association with HBCU. And when you have an influx, I saw the marketing for it. It never happened. I saw the marketing. It probably will eventually happen, right? It depends on the chancellor that comes in. But I don't want the culture to change. I'm not willing to take that bread and then now it's 20 or 30 to 70 white people, black people, and change the entire culture. I think that HBCUs need to do a better job of recruiting and have to do a better job of actually preparing kids for the future rather than teaching the same stuff they've been teaching for the past 100 years. So I think that the enrollment is more of an HBCU.
That money's not going to money's not going to change money is not changing the curriculum. Like he's just saying we're not doing no curriculum changes. We just giving you bread, and we keeping you from spending. So that curriculum change stuff, that's on the HBCUs. Period. Like they need to become more, I hate the word Afrocentric, but that's the only word that I can come up with right now that describes what I'm trying to say. So they need to become more Afrocentric in the sense that to build their curriculum toward based toward things in the African culture. You know what I mean? And so when he's giving that money away, that's a chance. Like I understand what you're saying. You don't want to take the chance on the culture changing, but I would rather. I'm gonna take my chances. I would say, listen. Then it becomes about marketing. Now the HBCUs are free. Send your damn black children to HBCUs. It becomes about marketing.
When people give you bread, you know what that means, right?
Oh yeah, I know what's coming behind it. I know what's coming behind the bread.
Yeah.
I know what's coming behind it, but I'm just saying, if man, listen,
But
that looks like an opportunity. That looks like an opportunity.
If it was a grant, I'll take it.
Hold on. When people think about HBCUs, they only think about maybe 10 schools. There's so many more.
There's 100 of them. There's hundreds of them.
That's my point. That's exactly where I'm going. This could be an opportunity to help stabilize and build up other HBCUs outside of the Morehouses, Spelmans, Howards, FAMUs, Lincoln Universities, and Cheneys. It could be a better opportunity for, some. So I'm trying to think of another HBCU that's not as popular, but I think it could kind of spread the wealth.
Shaw, North Carolina Central, Shaw, like all of, what I mean? It's a gang of them.
Right.
You know what I mean? So Clark, you know what I mean? Like it's a billion of them. You know what I mean? Delaware State. Del State is a HBCU, but it's a billion of them. But the thing about it is, it would make the access to them. I don't know what you could do. You can't do restrictive access because they're getting government money, and so that's why I understand your point. Is just ugly. You know what I mean? Like if you telling me that you can save black families hundreds of thousands of dollars over a 5 to 8 year span.
Yeah, but I think to his point, Corey, it's not going to it's going to the school for free education, right? And as of right now, there are white folks that take advantage and go to HBCUs, for a lot of different reasons, for scholarship reasons and all kinds of things. But if it was to open up, we can't guarantee how much is going to black families. That's the crazy part. And Malik, he thinks most of it won't go to black families. You're going to have an abundance of. It's sort of like the whole reparations argument. Watch how many folks, if we ever get reparations, going to all of a sudden have black in their family.
What's up, cousin? What's up, cousin?
And look, and real quick, this is before you go, real quick. So I was reading something today. It was a young lady. She went to Morgan State. Right, Morgan State is the only school let her in. She had like a 1.9 GPA and like 9 something on the SAT score. Now, 3 degrees later, start her PhD because Morgan State gave her opportunity. If the schools become more competitive, if everybody can go, does this 1.9% young lady get into any HBCU? It'll just become more competitive, and then to block her out. Now she's nowhere.
But I mean, to Monica's point, right? She says there's 105 HBCUs operating right now. I only just named 10. I think the other 95 get more opportunities to get more funding because they get more students.
That's because you just don't. That's because you didn't go, so you don't know. I mean, I could probably name 50 of them right now. Including the other Lincoln University in Nebraska, right? There's 2 of them, right?
Yeah,
like Kansas or Missouri, there's a Lincoln in Missouri as well. But again, you went to a HBCU, right? And I'm glad you brought up that comparison. You went up to a HBCU. I'm HBCU jealous. How many other people just don't know about HBCUs, about the schools, about the history, about any of that? I'm just saying.
I think more than anything else, forget that. Give us funding to put A Different World back on TV, and we'll get more student enrollment.
I'm laughing, but he's right, because that's really the reason why. That show is the reason why I went to one. That's the reason why I went to one. I only applied to HBCUs because of Different World. That's fact.
A Different World with a black college on TV every week. Come on, bro. It's all. No, we need that. We need that. That's what we need.
Thank you, Monica. And I said Missouri too, right? And I ain't even go to a HBCU. See, I'm down. I think.
Different World is definitely the reason why I applied to all HBCUs. Like, I
only wanted to go. I didn't even listen. I got a full ride to Westchester and turned that shit down. My dad was so mad. I got a full ride to Westchester, and I was like,
I went to Westchester because they gave me a partial scholarship. Clark didn't offer me one. It was in 95. Clark didn't offer me a scholarship. Westchester did. That's how I ended up going to Westchester instead of Clark.
I had a full scholarship to West Point, and I had people in my family trying to beg me to go, and I said no hats.
Yeah, I got a full route to Ursinus and Westchester, and I was like, no. I went so shout out to Concerned Black Men. They had their Black College tour. I went to the one in Virginia, and next year went to one in North Carolina. I fell in love with North Carolina, and I chose to go down there. Had it not been for those college tours, then maybe I wouldn't have had a chance to see them, actually be down in those places. But so Concerned Black Men definitely contributed to me going to North Carolina Central University, right? But the fact of the matter is, even back to the Lincoln Cheney basketball game, they don't even have that in Philly anymore. That was a big draw.
That was everything.
Yeah,
the basketball games are crazy down there at Temple. But there's no HBCU marketing at a mass level in Philadelphia. I can't speak to other cities, but in Philadelphia, if people and Cheney only got like 400 students.
And that's the thing, right? So
I want to say this real quick. Shout outs to Black Men as well. I went on several of their college tours. My dad was a proud member for many, many years. I even got an award from them. I think when I graduated high school. So they did their thing. Now Sean said World is on Netflix and Hulu. So that's dope. And Monica said after I went to an HBCU after being educated at a private white boarding school. HBCUs are an experience that's mind-blowing. So, I think everybody would agree with that. I definitely agree.
Yeah.
We haven't heard from you, Courtney.
No, I agree. I don't know if I have HBCU envy. But I think that HBCUs need to be more utilized in the community by far. We HBCUs by far create the most PhDs in the nation of Black PhDs in the nation, and we
Right.
need
That's
more of
true.
them. I mean, a lot of our inventions that actually shaped the United States came from HBCUs. And I think a lot of people, in their desire to be more quote mainstream, lost the opportunity of jumping in on the HBCU campus and having the experience. But on top of that is that what I've noticed is that we just get more support at HBCU. So we're better able to flourish as a student and in terms of an education, in terms of a learning environment at a HBCU. So again, I went to 3 PWIs. So there's nothing, nothing wrong with them, but there's a value there that I think consistently gets missed. And I really look at it to say, how are we, creating something for the next generation, but how does, kind of pouring, all these resources into government resources into these schools, they should have been there. And a lot of times that these schools were actually strangled and starved of funds and starved of a lot of the support that they needed because people didn't see the value anymore. So I'm just excited that we're getting somewhere. And no, Jared said they're not marketed enough in New York and in the North. I mean, and she found Clark on her own. I mean, I can tell you that going to Girls High, there were so many people like, hey, I went down to XYZ place and I fell in love, but they're so expensive to go to. I mean, the only ones, I think the one that's most affordable in the area is Cheney, and Cheney has how many students? And
It's,
Cheney
it's a,
was
it's a,
right, but it was the predominant, teaching university for
A long
Yeah, it
time.
was.
Yeah,
So again,
it was
I
a
think
teacher school.
let's get back to the basics. I think it's so important for us not to say just go to HBCUs, but it's like, no, cultivate what you had there, because each HBCU had their thing. There are 150 operating, they had 150 specialties, and we need to
Listen,
kind of cultivate that. And I think that's really important. It's just like, I'm going to go to an HBCU just for the sake of going to HBCU, but I went to Pitt because of all these things, one of which they had one of the top philosophy programs in the nation. I'm going to go to this school over here. I'm going to go to Lincoln. I'm going to go to Cheney. I'm going to go to Spelman. I'm going to go to FAM. I'm going to go to Spelman. I'm going to Morehouse, Bethune-Cookman. I'm going to go to North Carolina Central. I'm going to go to all these places because North Carolina Central has this great mechanical engineering program. That's what I want us to get to. I want us to have something associated with it, not just the sense of I'm just going to go just to go, because what happens is people leave if they're not getting what they need.
right. And so
like Malik
I'm
said,
gonna say
just
this
put
real
different world back on. I
I'm
thought
gonna say
everybody at
this real-
HBCUs looked like Denise Huxtable. I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, real quick. So I might have already said it before in a previous episode, but Tuskegee University till this day still puts out 70% of Black veterinarians in the country.
Yep.
70% of Black veterinarians came from Tuskegee University today.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's just
To this
gangster
day.
shit.
Yeah.
Today,
To this
right?
day.
Listen, North
Listen,
Carolina
both my brother and my sister went to Alabama A&M, another HBCU. You know what I mean? So I know about a lot about the HBCU experience. I just didn't actually get a
right,
chance
and
to go.
right, but here's the thing. Also, A&T puts out a huge number of Black engineers. That's around A&T, right? A friend of mine who teaches at Penn, who went to college with me at Central, NC Central, also with the FAMU, and from FAMU, he was able to go to Florida State he got his master's at Florida State for free. When he was his master's or PhD, one of the two we got from Florida State for free, just because he graduated from FAM. Had I known that, I might have considered going to FAM. My only thing is I had the opportunity to take classes at Duke, and I could take classes at UNC for the same price at NC Central. That's the benefit that we had, but I didn't know they had a free master's degree at Florida State from FAMU. So we got to do a lot better job marketing in general.
Yeah, all facts.
Gotcha. All right. Well, as we move the show right along, we're up to our Black Joy moment of the week. Anybody see anything, hear anything that gave them joy this week out of the Black diaspora?
I got something.
I got something. So Nairobi, who has been chiming in on our show, she left a welcome package for her tenant that included the book Mud to Millions from our Central alum Aisha Selden, and that was just fire. That welcome package was all about everything, and that welcome package will set the tone between her and her tenant in the future. Because it was so dope. It was just
that was fire
because
because I saw that. And
Corey, where can we see that? Where can we see that?
it was. I saw it on IG.
I think it's
I saw
her
it
page.
on IG.
My page is like Mecca_made, but I know that it was fire. I was looking at it, like me and Monica were looking at it, like, damn. She was like, you don't get your tenants nothing. I was like, just the keys.
No, that welcome package was everything, man.
Yeah,
Nairobi's IG is Mecca_made_. You know what I'm saying?
So Airbnb, that thing looked good. I was like,
yeah.
It's an immaculate. It's immaculately done, and that welcome package was fire. So that was everything. So salute to that.
Yeah, it's at Mecca_made_.
The real HU.
I hope ain't no Hampton people on here.
Oh,
no, ain't no Hampton folks on here.
I don't want to.
That's dope.
Yo, that's dope. That's dope.
King Waters.
Nairobi, I'm interesting what the inspiration was for that. I don't see people do a lot of that.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen before.
She's an amazing human being. That's why.
I've given
inspiration.
I've given tenants like Christmas gifts, but I ain't never did nothing like that.
That's dope. I definitely got a welcome package, not that type of welcome package, but I definitely, when I moved in, I want to say when I moved into Harrisburg, I definitely got a welcome package with like some dish detergent, some detergent, some like cafe for my, what is it called, the dishwasher. I got some other stuff, like little, like cute little packages. It was nice, but I mean, I've gotten it before. I think it's a really nice touch. I don't think it costs that much, but I think Nairobi talks about, she says, I don't want forever tenants. I want this to be a stepping stone. I think that's the idea that I would love to see from more landlords. Like, listen, I don't want you here forever. I'm not going to treat you bad while you're here, but I want you here forever. I want you to kind of move on from me. And I think that's
I want my tenants forever.
I was waiting. I knew Malik was going to say that.
Come on, Malik, say it again for us.
Listen, I want my tenants forever. That's it. Listen, I'm good, man. I'm going to go nowhere. But listen, my Black Jake moment of the week goes to the rap artist G Herbo. I never in my life heard one of his songs, but I will listen to it now. He has his initiative is called the Swerving Stress, where he is funding 150 Black kids in Chicago to go to a therapist.
Yeah.
And for a rapper to recognize the need for therapy in general, shout to G Herbo for making that recognition in that program.
That's dope.
That's real dope. That is real dope.
That's dope.
Yo, all right, I'll go. You got something, Courtney?
Yeah, I mean, I know everybody feels like this is crazy, but Beyonce's Black is King was like,
yo, you stole mine.
Did I? Mine. I'm so sorry.
Go ahead, you got it. You got it.
Here's my move though, and the reason why it gave me, I haven't even got a chance to sit down and actually absorb all of it. But what gave me so much joy is that I was listening to like ABC this morning, or was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday morning. And they were like, yes, Beyonce, singer Beyonce dropped her new album on Disney Plus. And Disney Plus is, the parent company of ABC. And it was just like, yo, it was just nice to see kind of the full circle ownership. Like they're talking about Beyonce because she has a partnership with ABC's parent company. And just like 10 years ago, would that even be a conversation in anything other than the entertainment section?
Yeah, and that's kind of like that was my moment as well. First of all, shout out to, I also want to send a shout out to Roby, because Roby is like a sister to me, and she she know what it is. She looked out for me when times when I needed to. So shout out to Roby. But outside of that, listen, the Beyonce thing, and my wife likes to tell me that I'm part of the hive. I'm still in denial a little bit. But I watched the whole thing, and what was interesting to me is like at the end, outside of the visuals were amazing, right? So the visuals, I even hit people up like, yo, would she using something different? Because nothing else on Disney Plus looks like this. Like her visuals were just on another level. But at the end, when you look at like she wrote all these songs, like, you know, and there's things about like what did she write or she just take credit for, but regardless of that, in terms of her being the producer, the director, the writer, and the owner, like everything, like she did pretty much everything. If you watch the credits and you see how much she had her hand in this, and like you said, the partnership with Disney, that's next level just from a business standpoint. Forget the artistry, but just from a business standpoint, I thought that was amazing at how much, you know, what it looks like to see someone pretty much control their whole message, especially an artist, right? Because a lot of artists
about that a little bit.
But real, let me finish that point. I want to say that from an artist standpoint, because she comes off as someone who's like truly an artist who has a lot of ideas, but she's put herself in a position to get all of her ideas funded. And I know that there's probably artists out there who are struggling and can't get funding, and to see someone have that much power and control was just impressive. I know there were a lot of think pieces about the actual visuals with her. Some people say she was co-opting African culture and all that kind of craziness, but people might think pieces about everything. They don't want to think pieces about this episode, so I'm not worried about that. But just to see someone have full control of their business was very inspirational. That's all I want to say.
Yeah. The collaboration with Disney got easier because of Black Panther, and I'm not even going, just because when you talking, when you talk about business, they had a precursor, they had something that they could base it off of. And the reaction to it, they can base the reaction off of. So not that everything that you said wasn't true, but because they had that precursor, and you want to talk about visuals, I think that's the Marvel movie with the best visuals. So
yeah, I know, I get what you're saying, but that's the thing. But that's also taking advantage of an opportunity, right? Because of that, because
everything
of Black Panther,
was legitimate. Everything you said was 100% right. I'm just saying, because not that she wouldn't have been able to do it, but she had that opportunity. They understood the opportunity because they had a precursor to it.
Also, listen, when you make folks money, they willing to work with you. She did the same thing with Netflix when she had a Netflix thing. So she out here with ownership of her material and putting that thing down. But make folks some money. Watch, you can get anything you want funded.
Absolutely. Anybody else have any Black Joy moments for the week? No, I got one. It's kind of
another lingerie wear for us or something.
Katie Burson lingerie.
I'll take that. Listen, yesterday I had the opportunity to interview Tasneem Suleiman, who is the CEO of Blackman Hill. Blackman Hill is a program out of Philadelphia that has offered over 500 hours of free mental health therapy to Black men in the area. So, Charlamagne the God, they've been on the Breakfast Club. Charlamagne the God has interviewed them. The interview I did with them is up on Instagram as well. On YouTube as well. So I would just encourage everybody to go check them out, blackmanhill.com. So that's what I got.
Do they have a paid service, or everything they have is like free? How's that work?
It's free up front, and as people go through the system, tend to find a comfortability with the therapist that they might contract with going forward.
Okay.
But they're helping to the stigma of mental health, especially mental health in our community. And many times, Black men, we don't want to embrace our emotions. We don't want to embrace that we're hurt. So, I think this is a great thing. It can be something that can really help heal our community in the long run.
No, that's amazing. That's amazing. And that's but that could have been your business of the week. But I guess never mind. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna chill.
All right, Jimmy.
Just messing with you, bro.
Nah, it's all good. Listen, when I clap back, don't be mad.
Oh, man.
All
right, so Courtney, you want to talk about your program as well?
I do. This is my first summit, y'all. This is my first summit. So I talk a lot on Instagram about the 7 streams of income. And a lot of people are like, yeah, I want 7 streams of income. The average millionaire has 7 streams of income. I was like, well, first, there's no average millionaire. But I think one of the things that we learned out throughout the pandemic is that we need multiple streams of income. You just do. Like it's not a luxury, it's a necessity. So I'm hosting a 7 streams of income summit Monday, August 17th through, let's see, August 20th, if it's right in front of me. So I have 6 different speakers. I'll be speaking about 2 topics because they're interrelated, which is interest income and dividend income. I have Letitia Stiles talking about business income. I have Terry Igioma, who is talking about capital gains income by investing in the stock market by doing day and swing trading. I have Kendra Barnes, who's the key resources, and she will be talking about rental income. I have Rose from Chicago. She's an IP attorney. She's going to be talking about royalty income. And then I have Izzy, who's going to be talking about increasing your earned income. So I'm super excited. It's just a panel of Black Girl Magic. I'm super, super excited. I'm very nervous. I'm excited, but I'm super nervous because it's my very first summit. And my assistant went back to Jersey today. So he will be back in Philly to help me with the summit like the week of, but we'll be like working together on FaceTime. So I'm like, oh my gosh, my assistant's not going to be here. Super nervous, but early bird ends next Monday. It's $97 for the 3 days. It's unlimited replay after about 48 hours after the summit's over. It'll be available for people to kind of catch up if they miss anything or kind of want to go back, which they will. And then regular price starts the 11th of August, and that's $147, and then it goes until the end. So super excited. I hope everybody can join us. It should be like an amazing time because these are people that I mess with heavy, and if I mess with you heavy, you know you a heavy hitter. So that's what I have going on.
Okay. Corey, how can the community support you today?
Cash App for my Bitcoin coin. Yo, man, I ain't trying. Listen, man, if you got my phone number, cash at me. Kamari Ellis sent me $5 last week. I made 65 cents off of that $5, man. So, if y'all would have funded me more, then I would have got more. I would have got more Bitcoin, and I would have been better. If you want to see me succeed, cash at me some money. Every cash app goes to Bitcoin. No matter how big or how small, he sent me the $5. And it made me 65 cents. Bitcoin shot up 20% this week. I'm in on that. Hey, I'm dead serious, yo.
Yeah, you sound like you about to start an OnlyFans, Corey.
Hey man, listen. I will show you this mama side.
Don't show that.
Whoa, dog.
Not you specifically. I'm talking about the world, man. Listen, man. Shane died when I came out the womb, dog. I never had none. So Shane died when I came out the womb.
Malik, I know you're out here shaking and baking, Mr. Is it 1,000 Jobs?
1,000 jobs, man. I talked to did an interview that I'm about to put out, man. A company. You know what? Just from putting it out in the universe, man. I got 3 different Black-owned companies hiring a total about 350 drivers. And I'm talking about trucking, so 350 driving jobs ranging between $16 an hour up to $25 an hour. And one of the doper things is that since school isn't going to start, the one that pays $25 an hour when they get started, they'll let you hire your child to be your runner, right? So you can get you and your child work on the same truck together to deliver packages, and so that's a really great program that they're doing. And so if anybody that's looking for a job right now, specifically for driving, they do also have dispatchers they're hiring, like 6 of them. They're starting out at $75,000 salary, and then they also have some C-level jobs that's coming up. This is all a delivery company, and so anybody needs a job, definitely send me a DM. I do not have the application in my email. I have it probably next week. Just send me a DM, and whoever send me a DM, I'll send it out, and you'll be the first people in consideration for that job because the company hasn't even expanded from New York to Philly yet. That's going to happen next month. So whoever comes through me be the first ones for consideration for these new jobs coming to the city of Philadelphia.
Gotcha. That's dope. That's dope.
Very
Congratulations.
dope. Very dope.
All right, Jimmy. How can we help? How can we support?
All right, go to youtube.com/buythehood. So coming into this year, it's funny. I was telling Kamari earlier this year, and me and Corey were having a conversation that we really didn't focus on our YouTube channel. We just really worried about our podcast. So we wanted to start to get some momentum on our YouTube. So we just crossed 1,000 subscribers. So if anybody's watching, not subscribed, go subscribe to youtube.com/buythehood, because we're trying to build that platform out. We actually are this week, starting tomorrow, we're going to drop a piece of content every day. Our next podcast is dropping this Wednesday. Is with a gentleman named Ed Davis out of Houston. This young guy has over 200 plus rental properties. And he's going to be talking about how he scaled his business up to the point where he doesn't do anything but just wake up and do whatever he feels like on a day-to-day basis, because he has 200 plus units. But and that'll be out this Wednesday. But we're dropping a piece of content pretty much every day. Is youtube.com/buythehood. So just make sure you subscribe and look at the content we have coming there, because we're going to put exclusive content right on our YouTube channel moving forward.
All right, that's dope. So I'm left. All right, so my ask for everybody is, just like Jimmy and Corey, go subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/Kamari Ellis. It's actually Kamari Ellis. I'm not just Kamari. So I'm trying to grow my YouTube presence as well. I'm a couple hours away from monetization, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm going to keep pushing, keep promoting content, keep promoting good content that helps to serve our community. But
yes, sir.
I appreciate everybody that's here. As always, we will be back next Sunday.
Hold on. I got one more ask. I need everybody that comes to our comments to make Courtney come on our podcast. I need y'all to pressure Courtney to come on to the Bottom Hood podcast. I need y'all to put some pressure on her, because we've asked her and she didn't. She's
stunning on you.
No, she ain't stunned on us, but she got moves like Emmett, so she been stiff arming us. So we need y'all to put some pressure on her to come on the Bottom Hood podcast.
She got an event now, so she's gonna be up there. She have to the event. The event need legs, so she'll be up there.
Right. And also, real quick, I want to send a shout out. Y'all notice we are one team member short, but send a shout out, send some love, send some positive energy to Tracy, Real Estate Tracy as well. But
Yes,
again,
sir.
Much love.
Thank you, everybody, for being here. We appreciate you. We'll be back next Sunday, 7 p.m. Tell us what you're going to do with your lottery ticket when you get it. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Peace.
Hey.